All right.
Yes, sir. What's up, everybody?
Kind of had to do a little intro, a little different. Yeah. Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about that.
No problem, man. It's once again, it's your man Kurt, and this is
Howard.
And we are here on Triad Hip Hop Podcast. We appreciate y'all checking us out once again, week after week. Make sure you hit all those buttons if you're just joining us. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. And this is going to be episode 221.
221.
Yeah, man. We got a lot to talk about. We missed our show last week. So thank y'all for hanging in there with us and coming back once again to hear us ramble on about, hip hop. So, and, just any kind of pop culture stuff too. So anyway, how was your week this week?
Man, it's been crazy, man. I've been, trying to get these classes together. I'm trying to get man, just like these projects and shit, man. Yeah, man. Like I work good with people, but sometimes people don't work good with you.
Right.
And I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna put baby. But it's like it was like pulling teeth, man. We had this shit that was due yesterday. And all it is just a summary of, all it is like a summary of, okay, we did this. It's not asking for the project to be done.
Right.
It's just, okay, we got this, what I'm saying? We got this project, this, okay, how far we come along? How far are we coming along on the project? Mm-hmm. It's like a journal and stuff that you kind of, it's kind of like giving updates. Every fucking Friday, the shit is due. And it's like, yo, we got to do this. So,
right.
And the thing of it is, it's like, well, I don't have this. And I'm like, just give me something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Every Friday.
It's every Friday. You already know what the fuck you got to do. It's really not that hard. Y'all making it harder than what it is. You get everything together. But, I mean, it's neither here nor there, man. But, yeah, man. And then this other class stressed me the fuck out. So.
Yeah, man. School to do that, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
School and
about this go smoke crack. About this close.
Let me get one hit, baby.
Nah, I'm just playing. But anyway, how was your week, man?
It was a tough one. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Once they said that hurricane was going through Florida, boy, the workforce, it just went crazy. It's like we got calls from Florida left and right.
Yeah.
People was, but what was so bad about it, we the cable and internet company and whatnot. So they calling us saying stuff like, man, the storm went through and my house got damaged. My roof is half torn. A tree fell down on my house. But why is my internet not working? I'm like, what? Are you asking me that? Literally asking me that question.
Like, nigga, you see your house?
Right.
Like, you see, it's like Kanye West. Like, you see that bird? You hear that bird?
I mean, every call was that. I don't understand why my internet is out. It's a fucking hurricane.
Yeah.
Get over it. I mean, they, some people was like, I work from home, so I really need it. I get it, but we still can't do nothing for you. We got to wait until they can fix it.
Yeah.
But there was people actually calling somebody, I'm missing my favorite show because I can't. You know what? I almost hung up on so many people, man. But the hurricane, kind of started hitting us up here yesterday in the Carolinas. And, it did some damage because we had friends of ours who contacted us saying trees fell and covered like their building and cars and stuff like that. So it actually did hit us up here. Did you have any damage in your area?
Nah, I mean, I think where I'm at, I think the lights went out. There's like a particular set of traffic lights that kind of cut out.
Oh, okay.
But that happens with, I mean, hell, it could be like raining pretty hard and them shit's cut out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, other than that.
Right.
But yeah, we definitely want to take time out, the people in the the families down in Florida. Yeah. Matter of fact, the boss lady that I work with or work for, anyway, they had to be evacuated because she's actually in Florida.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, so and they were saying that she might have, not saying that she did, but she might have lost her house. Yeah. But it's okay. She got other houses and stuff. Yeah. But still, man, losing the house. That's still
and hopefully the insurance will help out with that too. Because I know they got a lot of stuff going on. What's going on? If we got Steph on there.
Yeah, that's a lady from Germany. We were friends on, I think, Facebook for a while. She's pretty cool.
Thank you for checking us out. We appreciate you.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, the storm definitely, did some damage. So I heard there was a couple of people who lost their lives in Florida. They covered the camera on that other one.
Ah, dang. Man, it's just like, I'm trying to get it. Yeah, there we go. But see, now you got this one in the way.
Yeah. There you go. That's good.
I think that'll work.
Yeah.
But you still see the top of yeah.
Oh, you talking about the mic?
No, not the mic. This.
Oh, that. Okay.
Yeah. So
that's just that piece hanging down. It's like this rubber part.
No, but that's on top. You can see that.
Oh,
the camera. That's
what I see what you're saying. Yeah. I can lift it up a little bit. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on.
Yeah, give us just a second. I'm sorry. We should have had this ready. You know what I'm saying?
Is that better?
I think that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, now I can kind of bring this one back down a little bit. Yeah, there we go. All right, yeah, that was better.
We got nice work.
We got nice work. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Got chin work. But anyway, go ahead, back there. Yeah, back there.
But I was just saying, a lot. I heard a couple people lost their lives in that flood, man, in Florida and the hurricane. I want to say the death toll was like 4 people at least. So, definitely hate to hear that. And while we're talking about, people lost, we do have a couple people we got to announce. Many of y'all know we lost one of our favorite rappers from the 90s from the West Coast, and that was Coolio. We definitely did some stuff to pay homage to him. I did a lyrical breakdown on his verse from Hit 'Em High, how we did a Lost in Thought on him. So, definitely had to celebrate his life. And we'll talk maybe a little bit more about him a little bit later. But we also lost a young rapper, a lot of cats, Desto. So she was how old?
She was 22.
22. From what I understand, the story goes that she got killed because she was flashing money on like social media, like Instagram or something like that. Is that what you're hearing? Are you hearing anything?
Something to that nature. Yeah, I heard also it was. I think the dude that put the hit on her was jealous or something.
Wow.
Some don't know if that was over maybe like another, because I think she was, a lesbian or whatnot. And I think I don't know if that was over another female,
right?
Or anything like that. I mean, I'm just saying, but
yeah.
I mean, but it is sad. I mean, I look at that. My sister died at that age.
Wow.
So that kind of hits.
Yeah.
Even though, some people might be like, well, she kind of deserved it because she was Flash and da. But yeah, look, they may do, these young rappers, they might do stuff that, we may not agree with or anything like that. But I don't wish death on them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, man? Because they still got a future. Unfortunately, she won't be able to, be a part of that, at least on this side, you know what I'm saying?
So,
yeah, man, just crazy, man.
Okay. But yeah, let's, just to pay respects, we'll give them a moment of silence along with those who may have lost their lives in the hurricane, just out of respect. All right. Thank y'all for doing that with us. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
See, I got the fam in there. 6 Girls Kitchen. That's my niece.
All right.
Cooking up the good food over there. Appreciate you for checking us out.
Whipping it.
Yes, sir. We got a you know, I gotta get a plate and let you taste some of her food, man. She got some banging food.
Oh, speaking of which, so I do got some merch.
Some merch.
Yeah, so actually I meant to wear my Wu-Tang shirt today, but I forgot.
yeah.
But anyway, so shout out my girlfriend Brittany. She gave me this little koozie joint.
Okay, I like that. I see
on the back, on the
classic albums.
So it's dope. So it's got like a little hip hop joint. You got a TDK tape, like a little mix joint. Yeah, man. I don't know about that. And
What's the
man.
message on there? 80s one?
Yeah, 80s made, 90s raised.
Okay.
But that's crazy though, because I was born in 83, and I, you know, even like coming up, I like the 80s stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? I remember like fucking Genesis and you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to think what else in the 80s. Like I remember all that. I mean, I ain't gonna say I remember everything from the 80s.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Genesis, I like, you know, when pop was like, you know, wasn't this shit now.
Right.
But yeah, I like Genesis. I keep saying them motherfuckers. I'm trying to think who else.
Yeah.
So then Peter Gabriel, you know, all that stuff. But then, you know, I also like, you know, rap. I like rap. I didn't know what I was hearing at first.
Right.
I put it like that. But I remember Ain't No Half Stepping on the radio. You know what I'm saying? I remember Ain't No Joke on the radio, man, you know.
Listen. So, man, I was a 70s baby, so, you know, I got an earful of all of that, man. You know, the pop, the rock, heavy metal, or the country, all of that, man.
Yeah.
Hip hop and reggae was always just my favorite. It just always stuck out for me. And so, you know, that's why I always kind of gravitated toward that. But, you know, of course, you know, I had my little Michael Jackson phase where I was trying to dress up like him. I had the Thriller jacket. You know, I think I had a glove at one time. You know, I used to wear a little penny loafer so I could try to moonwalk. You know what I mean?
I tried to do the dance.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I tried to do that Smooth Criminal joint when they did the lean.
Yeah.
Busted my ass.
Nah, I ain't try that. I knew I wasn't going to do that.
Yeah, I tried to do the lean. I was a kid, man. I didn't know I didn't know they had no invisible string on that shit.
From what I understand, it was something in the shoes, you know, that kind of kept the shoes still so that they could lean forward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't know, you know. Either way, it's all, you know, love, man. The 80s was one of the dopest decades, you know, the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I think those were the three dopest decades ever. So anyway, so yeah, man, you know, I hate to hear that we lost people like that, like the young rapper and my man Coolio. Coolio was, I think, 59.
Yeah.
So he hadn't even reached 60 yet.
Yeah, so he was, I mean, people thinking that's old. No, that's young.
Right.
Like, that's still young.
Yeah, it's still young. He, from what I understand, he was visiting a friend and went to use the friend's bathroom. And the friend noticed after a while he wasn't coming back. So he's like, okay, he started calling out to him, like, yo, you all right in there?
Yeah.
You know, thinking maybe he was taking a long dump or something. And he finally just got to the point where he was like, okay, something ain't right. Let me go in here. And he opened the door, and sure enough, he was laying on the ground, on the floor in the bathroom. I was like, dang, that's rough, man. Said he, you know, right now it looks like he had a heart attack. So we'll see what happened when the official report comes back. But anyway, so yeah, let's go ahead and jump into our question of the day. You know, we had one of the biggest subjects that came up was, you know, DJ Academics. Well, I'm just calling them academics. I don't call them DJ.
Wackademics.
Right. Wackademics made some comments about old pioneers in the hip hop game looking dusty and all of that. So what was your question of the day based on that?
Okay, so my question of the day, and help me here, let me give you a little cheat sheet. Oh, you didn't write. Oh, okay, is not appearing to have
money.
Not appearing to have money makes pioneers dusty.
Yeah, does that really make you?
Does that really make you
just because you appear to not have money? I mean, and we were just talking about this. You know what I mean? Right before we went on air, people like KRS-One who don't really dress flashy. You know what I mean? That doesn't make him dusty per se. You know what I mean? He just that's his style. You know, he don't choose to dress flashy. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of older pioneers who are like that. You know, who have money but just choose not to show it on.
I bet you won't roll up on Cube and say that shit.
Right.
Cube got some money, goddamn.
Yeah. Once Cube started growing out the full beard and all that, he started looking like a homeless guy. You know, wearing the skull caps. And, but you know he got money. You know, I mean, Cube is mega rich. So it is what it is, man. But you know, let us know what y'all think in the comments. You know, I I was gonna do a Lost in Thought, but I turned back at the last minute because I was really angry, and I didn't like the way he did it, because I went back and I looked at the whole episode where he talked about it. 'Cause I was like, I don't want to take nothing out of context. It was like 2 hours or something, and I watched the whole thing. Plus,
I get that.
When he responded, after LL made his comments, Academics responded to LL, and he kind of doubled down on what he was saying. Like, I still feel the same way. He kept saying stuff like, LL, I hope you didn't take offense to what I said because it wasn't about you. LL never said you said nothing about him. LL was speaking on behalf of the culture. And you just still didn't understand that. That's what made me so mad, because I'm like, you still don't get it. This ain't about LL being mad he thought you took a shot at him. He specifically told you this is about the culture and what these people represent to the game and all of that. He said it so eloquently. I was like, he said it perfect. And then you still came back to I'm sorry if I offended you. No, what are you talking about? So that, and I was like, it's going to make me so mad. I'm going to say something that's going to be too over the line. So I'm going to back up. And so when you did yours, I was kind of glad. I was like, yeah, let Howie do that, because it wasn't for me right now.
I will say, because since we're talking about it,
yeah,
I will say this, like, I feel first I want to shout out Fat Joe, because I think he outside of LL Cool J, I think he handled it for what he said. At least the little clip that I saw.
Yeah,
I think he handled it very well. I think a lot of the pioneers handled it very well. There was a couple people that were kind of fiery. Like MC Shan went in that ass.
Oh yeah,
Shan man, that was hilarious.
Shan was mad. See, I would have been more like Shan if I had done it.
Shan was like, I want you to say something.
Right.
I was like, yo, Shan, chill, chill. Well, yeah,
Shan said, yeah, nigga, I'm done.
But yeah, but my thing of it is, I think what academics fail to see is, like, what I'm saying, I like what Fat Joe was saying. I think that is the reflection of academic, is the reflection of the youth.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing. Like, they don't understand, like, for those pioneers, like I said, they pretty much walk so you guys can run. They, even for us, man, what I'm saying? The fact that we're doing a podcast about hip hop, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Shit, we would never been able to do this if hip hop didn't go as far as it did. You know what I'm saying? So really, I tip my hat to them, because they the people that put, they made all this possible. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hip hop was a genre that was going to be thrown out. You know what I'm saying? They was like, oh, it's just a phase. This shit is worldwide, and it don't look like it's gonna stop.
It ain't. It ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like Puffy, we won't
stop.
But anyway, but you know what I'm saying? But I think that there definitely need to be a sit down. I would like to see a representative from the old school, a representative from like the newer, and actually get together and everybody be on one page.
Yeah,
absolutely. But now I will say this: I want to shout out to Foreign Kings TV, because this guy made a point. You don't hear the labels talking about this shit,
right?
And they the direct cause of. Matter of fact, I'll even take it a step further. You don't hear the radio talking about it either.
Right.
The radio DJ is really the one that kind of broke up hip hop. As far as, like, not broke it up, but they kind of detached the old heads from the younger generation, because the older was trying to tell them, like, look, we did this, we fucked up. This is what you need to do. You need to move like this. You know what I'm saying? We've been there. I'm trying to tell y'all, this ain't what you think it is. So, but yeah, the radio stations, because they started coming through, like, talking down about the pioneer. Academic, I'm going to say that too. Academics ain't the first to did what he did. Of course. He's not the first to did what he did. I honestly think too, people are getting at him because he's a little bit easier of a target as well. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. I think he's a little easier of a target. But I feel that you know what I'm saying, like all this opinionated stuff, and I think especially like with going back to like T-Pain saying shit about Tupac. You know, Tupac dead. Now you gonna say this slick shit. Some of these motherfuckers, if they was alive, you would be here. And I think that's what needs to happen. Somebody, we got money, but I'm not gonna share on some shit. Like some niggas just need to be duffed out. Right. I ain't gonna say like, saying, but niggas just be smacked up a little bit, like, nigga, you crazy. You know what I'm saying? Get that Dick Gregory on, nigga, you crazy. You know what I'm saying? Dick Gregory. So yeah, man. I mean, some of it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that there definitely needs to be a healthy dialogue. Yeah, I definitely think there should be an understanding, but there's definitely a divide that caused that, so all these people can still continue to get, these bad deals and things like that, or they get all this money and they get killed and everything, or so. I mean, there's definitely need to be something in place where, and going back to Coolio, you know what I'm saying, like all our older rappers, you calling them dusty. I'm not saying we should, people should personally like devote their funds to taking care of them. I'm not suggesting that, but we do need to have a union in place. Yeah, they do need to have something in place where, these people can be taken care of. You know what I'm saying? These record labels make all this money off these people. They don't get nothing. And how come y'all don't have, you know what I'm saying? This dude, someone like a Coolio or LL Cool J, these people made money. These people made you money. Yeah. You can't give them like the, decent care. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Give them quality care.
Exactly.
It's just crazy.
It really is, man. But, like you said, just let us know in the comments what y'all think about that. You know what I mean? About academics and his comments. And, do you really feel like just because someone is older and doesn't dress up flashy and have the appearance of a lot of money, that makes them, quote unquote, dusty? You know what I mean? Let us know what y'all think about that in the comments, and we'll go from there.
And real quick, and just like we said, like some people, just for instance, like we were talking about KRS-One. If KRS-One came out right now and had like some fucking Gucci suede or like some furs and shit, his whole fan base would be like, "Fuck you, nigga," right, and leave.
Like, what are you doing?
And he know that.
He knows.
That's why he does what he does. That's why he moved how he moved. See, Fat Joe, one thing I can say about Fat Joe is he kind of evolved. You know what I'm saying? He kind of when he first came out, he was kind of like the dusty rapper as far as like the appeal. Now he grown up. He got a little chain or something like that. But you know what I'm saying? He knew how. But I think he had a team, and he knew how to evolve, how to move in order to, in order to get that appearance. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But KRS-One, I'm not saying that he didn't, I'm not saying he couldn't be able to move like that. It's just that if he done that gradually, or got a little gold or something like that, he might have like, hey, he might have been flashy just like everybody else. Yeah. But he decided not to do that. And that will hurt his brain. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes doing a thing just because everybody else is doing it ain't the smart thing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to look at yourself. I mean, as far as, artists, I mean, that's your brand. Gold and flashy stuff on KRS-One is bad. It's bad branding. It's bad for his brand. Right. Because that's, he's trying to sell the MC. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, I'm gonna shut up.
Nah, good, man.
But yeah, I just kind of wanted to bring that point.
Hey, that's an excellent point. You know what I mean? And I completely agree. Like you said, if the fans saw him change it up, they'd be like, we ain't rocking with that.
Yeah.
Because that's not you. But yeah, so, like I said, y'all let us know in the comments what y'all think about that whole thing. And we can go ahead and move on. So I got some birthdays. I got a couple of weeks worth of birthdays I got to go through.
Yeah.
So, we had a few. Back on September 15th, we had my man Sci-Hi the Prince. That's one of my favorites. I forget where he's from. I think it's like Atlanta.
Atlanta. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, you're right. You might be right.
But on the 15th, and then on the 16th, we have my man Flo Rida and the veteran Tila Rock.
It's yours.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I met him once before in the Bronx. On the 17th, we have my man Dougie Fresh, Lord Jamar, and the Philly veteran Steady B.
All right. Definitely serious.
Yeah, I had that album, man. That was a dope album. You know what I mean? So on the 18th September, we have my man Capadonna and also Exhibit. So happy birthday to them.
All right.
On the 19th, we have my man Jay Electronica as well as Emil.
All right.
On the 21st, we have my man Wale. So happy birthday to all of them.
All right. On
the 22nd, we have Moneybag Yo. Also, my man Mystical, who's in a little bit of trouble right now.
A little bit.
So, yeah. If y'all want to know more about that, we talked about that on the. I came in with my hand. But yeah, we talked about that on our last episode, so y'all go back and check that out. Also, let's see here. We got on the 23rd, we had Jermaine Dupri, Trick Daddy, Lazy Bone, and King Crook. King Crook doing big things these days. On the 25th, we had your man Will Smith, T.I., Vita, and Petey Crack.
Petey Crack.
Yes, sir. On the 26th, we had Donald Glover, Razcast, and the veteran Andre Harrell. Yeah. Man, he made a big difference in hip hop, man. Wish he was still around. On the 27th, we had Lil Wayne. Happy birthday to him.
Yeah, that's just 40th.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely was happy to hear that because, I mean, it was, man, I'm not the best Weezy fan, but yeah, there were times like, man, I don't know if this dude gonna make it.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm glad he was.
Yeah, happy birthday to him, man. I'm glad to see it because, I mean, we got too many rappers dying at young ages anyway.
Yeah.
So on the 28th, we had Jeezy, the Snowman. On the 29th, we had my man Locksmith. And on the 30th, we had T-Pain and Marlon Marl. So, yeah, man. So, happy birthday to everybody. Let's give them all some claps.
Let me get it on. Clippity claps, clippity clap, clippity clap. There it is. Clippity claps. Yes, sir. Clippity clap.
You know what? Wait a minute. Somebody else had a birthday that I had just found out. I can't remember. Hold on. Oh, our man Byron Turman. He got a birthday today.
Yeah. Today is his birthday. Yeah, that's good.
Happy birthday to him, man. We got to get him back on.
Yeah, we got to get him back on the
show. So, happy birthday to him, and we got to hook up with him. But yeah, let's get back. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into some music real quick. Just got a few. Your boy Sadat X got a new song out called FNTG. From niggas to gods, you know what I mean?
Okay, nice.
And he got back on that brand newbie and, kind of lifting your mental, let's go from niggas to gods, you know what I mean? So,
nice.
Yeah, he doing his thing still. I love that. And he's here. He lives here in North Carolina now. So
one of the best.
Yes, sir.
Rappers with the best voice. Yeah, man. Period.
You'll never forget that voice.
Period.
Also, my man Lloyd Banks. I got a new song called Socialize. He dropping a new album, Course of the Inevitable 2. But yeah, the new joint is called Socialize, and it's doing pretty well. So y'all should check that out as well. Prodigy, they just released his new album.
Hey.
Yeah, rest in peace to Peace, called The Hegelian Dialect 2, The Book of Heroin.
Okay.
So yeah, I meant to send that to you. I don't know if I did or not, but
I actually seen some of it. I think I heard like one of the songs of Premiere and and stuff we were talking about. Like
that was dope because that Premiere beat, man, it really matched his voice well.
Did Bobby work with Premiere at all?
Actually, I don't think they did.
That's weird.
This might be the first time.
That's what I'm saying. That's weird because I mean, especially
I don't know about it,
especially like with the voice and you know what I'm saying. Like, man, that would have been a fucking man.
Yeah, that would have been sick. But they had such a good thing going. Havoc did a lot of their beats, and he was so good at it. I guess they felt like they probably didn't need to branch out.
Yeah.
So
Havoc is a monster.
Yeah, he is.
God, man.
And last on my music list is MC Search, the veteran. He came out with a new song called Round Here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got a dope beat, man. Dope beat. And it's him rapping with another dude, but it's a good song. Y'all need to go check that out.
All right.
He's been promoting it on his page. So
Search.
But yeah.
See, that's another Dusty.
Right. Exactly. He sure don't try to dress flashy. You know what I mean? He just, he got a family. You know what I mean?
But them people, they don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't do that.
I think he did say something about the academics thing, though. I want to say, but yeah, I mean, it's interesting. You said MC Light said something. I got to go check out her.
Yeah, she said a little something, and I kind of. It wasn't too bad. I think she kind of took the middle road.
Okay.
As far as I could see, because I think kind of like what she kind of said the sentiments of what Fat Joe was saying, like the youth do kind of feel like this,
Well, MC Light, she's kind of she's no longer just a rapper. She's a brand now.
Oh yeah,
and so she has to be careful about how she words stuff because she don't want to go down that road of losing endorsements because she said something that they didn't like, and so I could see why, but I think if she wasn't such a brand, she would have probably went in on academics a little harder. You know what I mean? So, because MC Light ain't really one to back down on nothing. I'll
tell you one thing, he would say that in her face.
Right, exactly. But yeah, so we can go ahead and move on. That was it for the music. We can go ahead and move on to some topics. So y'all stick around. We got a few things to talk about. We're gonna try to go through them. Not drag y'all down too long, but let's just cover a few things.
You gotta eat,
right? So, the Tiffany Haddix and Aries Spears thing has finally come to a halt. Tiffany Haddix has settled out of court and paid these family people some money to make it go away. And it was funny because right after she did that, the daughter, the one that got mistreated or whatever in the video, released a statement, I believe, saying how she felt like Tiffany understands, and all of a sudden she's all pro Tiffany. Oh, we really appreciate her, doing the right thing, and we now know that she would never do anything to hurt us. I thought that was funny the way she said, "We now know." Now that you've gotten paid, you now know that she would never hurt you.
Hold on, the kid said that?
Yeah, because she's an adult now.
Oh,
she's like 21, 22 now, and so it basically the lawsuit now didn't even include the mother. It was just the two kids. The older daughter is taking care of the younger son. They live together, and so the daughter is his guardian now, because he's still young. He's like 14, 15.
Oh, okay.
So
because he was kind of young in that, because that was 7 years. Yeah, because I was about to say that was about 7 years ago.
Yeah, he was 7 and she was 14 or 15.
Yeah,
and so, but yeah, all of a sudden when Tiffany, threw that money out there, now talking about something, we now know that Tiffany would never do anything to harm us. I mean, what Tiffany and them did was definitely over the line, but it didn't take much to know that, it wasn't on purpose to be some sort of pedophile. It was just bad choice. They should have just thought it through and just said, this don't look good. Let's just turn back. And they didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
But Aries Spears has basically doubled down on his stance, like, man, fuck them kids, I ain't doing nothing wrong. You know what I mean? So he kind of, he didn't say that. I'm just being funny, but he's basically like, I'm not caving in because I didn't do nothing wrong, so I don't feel bad. So what are your thoughts about the whole situation?
I think it's messed up that she lost all her endorsements.
Exactly.
And stuff okay, let's just be real with it. That climate in Hollywood, that's how they get down.
It's a huge climate.
That's how they get down.
Yeah, it's a lot of that.
So why is she the one got to get her shit? I'm not the biggest Tiffany Haddix fan. That's not what this is about. why is she getting canceled? And like I said, why were those two chosen or selected to do that type of filming in the first place? What was because this is the thing. I'm not getting it because they're not really, even though they're both comedians, I don't really see them both in each other's paths. It'd be one thing they were kind of like, we hang out, da. Matter of fact, Ari Spears actually took shots at because Tiffany Haddix was with, Kevin Hart.
Mm-hmm.
Ari Spears is actually taking shots at Kevin Hart.
Right.
So why are these two linking? You know what I'm saying? It don't make sense to me.
Yeah, but I mean, this was, like you said, this was 7 years ago, and Tiffany Haddix wasn't really that big at that time, so she was still trying to come up in the game. So she probably had just met somebody like Aries, and he had been on Mad TV, and so she's probably thinking, okay, maybe he can show me the ropes, and boom, help me get up in the game. But because she just blew up in like 2018, 2019, so she didn't really have much of a career before that. What's that movie, Girls Trip?
Right, Girls Trip.
So that's what really made her more known. And, she's done stuff. I think she was on Comic View back in the day, maybe, or Def Comedy Jam, one of those two. But it really wasn't that big. It didn't make a big impact for her. So it wasn't until the Girls Trip that everybody was like, oh, yeah, we really like her. You know what I mean? But, I just really I feel bad for her because she did say on somebody was trying to question her, and she was like, yeah, I mean, I lost everything. I can't get no work now. Nobody wants to hire me. I lost my contracts. What am I supposed to do? And so, I'm glad that, she still has, I think she still has some support in the industry, but it's not going to be as big as it was before. And so people are probably stepping back like, I don't want to be a part of that. But they, she needs some support because I don't think she did anything on purpose. Like, yeah, let's get some kids on film so we can abuse them. You know what I mean?
She's the one. She's like a scapegoat,
right?
And I think the other people that were involved, they're not. Yeah, they just they just go.
So we'll see what happens. I mean, I really just hate it for her though. I just feel bad, but Aries ain't really getting no backlash. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, that's the thing though. Aries is kind of like in his lane.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not taking nothing away from him, but like he's not super big, but he's about at a point where like, okay, if you know about him, you know him, but if you don't know about him, you don't know him.
Yeah.
That kind of sounds stupid, but
but
realistically, but that's about where it is. Like, you either know him or you don't.
Yeah.
So, but he's kind of like right. If this was the height, this was the bottom, he kind of like right here.
Yeah. So
really, this don't even affect him that much.
Yeah.
So I can understand. And I think too, I will say, I feel that once this kind of blow over and stuff, and it be a couple, it may take a couple of years. Maybe they can kind of wash that away and to make her a brand again. Yeah. I mean, because what I'm saying. I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of her, but I do feel that and then on top of that, she had some stuff bringing on other comics and stuff like like Godfrey, under her wing. So I feel that they somebody's going to be like, look. We're gonna try to clean it up, and we're gonna make it back to where you once were at least. So yeah, I think they're just taking their distance right now.
Yeah.
But I think they will. I think eventually they'll go back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
so yeah, man. Like I said, y'all let us know in the comments what y'all think. You want to take a music break?
We can do that.
Because we got a vinyl. We want to break out and let y'all hear a little bit of music.
So today I got my man Just Ice.
Yes, sir.
Back to the old school. This is
Instagram.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So this is a vinyl record.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Just Ice.
Yeah, we got the record player ready.
The original DMX, the original.
Yes, sir.
Original human beatbox.
Yeah,
not DMX, but rest in peace. But yeah, that's Daffy DMX. Wait a minute, if I can get this open, and then you know what I'm saying, you got Mantronics.
Yeah, man. Mantronics has been rocking with Just Ice for a long time.
Yes, sir.
He goes way back. He's a producer that has done his thing since the 80s, man. Probably in the 70s, too.
Let's see, 33 in the third. Let's do.
Oh, this is dope. I love the cover.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Yeah, I got shout out to King's Records because that's where I got this from. Shout them out. Yeah, they're technically in High Point. Well, they're technically in Archdale, but we'll say High Point because people know where that is. But
let's see, we got Gangster of Hip Hop. We got Little Bad Johnny. Got to put that record back on. We got Turbocharged, and on this side we got Cold Getting Dumb. I like that. I think I remember that one. Love Story, and then back to the old school and Latoya. Oh, I forgot about Latoya.
Latoya.
Yeah.
Let's do.
What you thinking?
Man. Dang.
That's a hard choice, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Let's do that Cold Getting Done, man, because that's such a classic.
Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that one real quick. So let me see. Hold on. There you go.
My daddy's records.
Yes, sir.
My daddy's records.
All right, let's see what we got here. Come on, baby.
There you go.
Chase the beat.
Play without getting turned off by Instagram or somebody. Think that's turned us off today?
Yeah, Just Ice.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
When I saw that, I saw that. I got it for a good deal. I was like,
oh yeah,
I gotta get that. So I'm assuming that's a reprint because a lot of these people, they reprint.
They didn't really make them colorful
like that with the design. Yeah. My one dude, I want to shout out the dude I did the podcast with the comic book store.
Mm-hmm.
He had like the Fat Boys album.
Oh yeah,
and the Fat Boys album, and it like when you open up, it had like it was like a slice of pizza. It was like a plate.
Wow,
that shit was dope, man.
Dope. I need that,
man.
I'm gonna have to go back and look for some Fat Boys records, man.
Yeah, man.
They was my favorite group in the 80s.
I have to say, man, like doing the vinyl, like. It's a beautiful thing seeing it come back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I not that I knew that, you know what I'm saying, vinyl was gonna come back.
Yeah.
But I looked out. This dude had like this dude knew a dude that had like a caseload of vinyl.
Okay.
I got for like $70 back in like I think 2014.
Okay.
Yeah, so and like now, you know what I'm saying, back in the day, this would have been, maybe a couple of bucks, but this was like it's about $18. You know what I'm saying? It's like you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And CDs are coming back.
Mm-hmm.
CDs are coming. CDs are actually getting expensive. I really would like to get a couple of hip hop CDs. It's just they're hard to find, man.
Yeah,
because everybody
really
got, back in the day, when CDs was on, obsolete. I got, I went to shout out to don't shout him out. But I went to, the little place with a little squiggly joint and people wear the blue vest and all that shit. You figure that out. Yeah. So they had little CDs for $5. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I got a couple. Well, I mean, they didn't really have any hip hop that I, wanted to listen to. So but they had like some old rock and shit. So I went and got some Metallica records. I think what else? I got Metallica. I got some Huey Lewis and the News.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, man, I like it. It ain't just hip hop alone. But yeah, I mean, so I got a couple of them joints.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, and the price of them joints going back up like $10, $11, man. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man.
Yeah,
always keep your vinyl and keep your CDs. You never know when they're gonna be worth something.
Yeah, that's very true.
You never know.
I got a couple of R&B joints. I got a Michael Jackson's.
I got some Michael Jackson. Yeah. The Against the Wall joint.
Off the Wall.
Yeah, Off the Wall joint. And Bad.
Okay.
Yeah, I got
That's what's up, man.
I need to get that one with the lean, though. The three.
Right, man.
The lean.
But yeah, anyway, man, I wish I still had some of my old vinyls from back in the 80s because I had a good collection, but got lost over the years. So it is what it is. But anyway, we can go ahead and move on, man. Thank y'all for letting us play some music. Okay, and don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe, brothers and sisters. We need funds allocated to be able to build the goddamn school, man. We got the blackboards in the building. But we need more. We need some supplies. We need pencils and erasers and stuff. That's crazy. That mug got people to pay for the school, and then them same people to pay was down there painting and working on the school. Exactly.
I'm like, damn, how you do that?
Exactly.
But you know what? I will say, about Dr. Lamar Johnson. I do, I know we crack up and joke all the time, but I will give him the benefit. I will say that he, at least, I feel that he is trying to do, having, better empower people. Right. In his own way. I think he could he do a better job at it? Right. Yeah. But, what I'm saying? I just think, I think he is trying. Yeah. I'll give him that. Yeah. I'll give him that.
Absolutely, man. So, but yeah, let's, I was going to ask you, I just wanted to bring up that movie, The Woman King. There's been a lot of controversy about that one. I didn't see it, but I've been on the fence about it because, the real story of this tribe called the Dahomey tribe that they are making a movie on, they were really like slave traders, and, they were, I guess, they didn't want to have to deal with the white folks, the colonizers, so they agreed to sell a lot of their own people into slavery just so that they can be safe. And so a lot of people are a little bit upset about that, you know what I mean? And so I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to see the movie or not. I mean, I know the people who made the movie don't have ill intent, but I feel like the way I look at it, it's kind of like Black Panther, that tribe of women, like
what's it called? The Zosis? No.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, the tribe of women.
Because they all have the bald heads.
Yeah. And it's a couple of different women tribes in that. But, it's understandable because that's fiction. That's based on fiction. But this is a real tribe, the Dahomey tribe that y'all basing this on. So it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't like it. I don't really like it. I don't know, but what are your thoughts on it?
Well, like I said, when I was talking to you, I actually was watching this guy. It was a professor.
Dora Milaje. Sorry.
Yeah, you good. It was a professor that was from Harvard or whatnot, and he was kind of explaining like these people, the people that sold slaves, like the Africans that sold slaves, weren't their people. The people that they sold slaves to, a lot of those people were their enemies. You know what I'm saying? And they got captured. So, you know what I'm saying? And just like you're saying, to keep from getting colonized, because that's what they were doing. Like Portugal, they were just snatching Africans at first. They were just snatching Africans. But when the Africans found out, like, hey, he's coming up here snatching this, we got something for their ass.
Right.
So when they Portugal start coming back, and the Africans start whooping their ass, now they want to talk. They're like, look, man, we just need some workers. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to do nothing. We ain't trying to do nothing. We just trying to get,
Yeah.
So what they started doing, they made agreements and, saying like, okay, well, you can, if you're looking for slaves, you can have them. The whole history is kind of fucked up because the thing of it is, and it really doesn't give justice, because when in America, especially me being a Black American, African American, well, shit,
yeah,
AF,
right,
AA rather,
yeah.
So if me being that, in the way, especially me growing up in the South, and the way that we were taught about slavery, we were taught that a bunch of white men just came up and just started raiding the shit out of Africa and just started he just started taking busloads of Africans over here to the new land to enslave and pick and cotton and all that other stuff. Nah, it was much more intricate than that. And on top of that, like the gentleman said in the lecture, is it really out of the people that they took from Africa, it was only 4% that the Americas took from Africa. It was only like 4%. So that's a small number. Yeah. So where are those other people went? You know what I'm saying? Because they don't. That's another thing. They don't tell you about the other slave trade. The Arab slave trade was worse than the actual slave trade of the European.
Yeah.
So, and they was sold, to those Arab, Arabic nations or whatnot. So I mean, with the whole thing with the movie going back, like you said, I don't think it was no ill will. Well, I mean, will I see it? I think I might wait till it come out, like where I could stream it or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So I can kind of actually get an understanding and grasp of it.
Yeah.
I do feel that, those tribes, that's what they did. They set up stuff in order to, like, you know what I'm saying, to have the trades. Because that's another thing too. They were doing that trade for, like, they want to make you think like Africans had sticks and shit. Nah, them motherfuckers were trading for guns.
Yeah.
They were trading for guns, gunpowder. And the bad thing about it was, and that's another thing they mentioned, was the gunpowder. Reason why it wasn't. Now, this might be the reason why it wasn't as effective in Africa, because I think in European regions, the weather was, moderate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It didn't get super hot, but it didn't get cold. Well, see, now in Africa, it get hot. So that gunpowder sitting, exploding, all that other stuff. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I'm hoping I'm getting that right, because we might have gun enthusiasts like, man, no, don't work like that. Da, da, da. But anyway, he had a hard time keeping it because of the heat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why he was like, yeah, I need to get like some fresh, So yeah, they were trading those slaves. You know what I'm saying? They were trading those slaves for like weapons. Okay. And that's another thing too. Also that's another thing that's important. They also had a gold coast. Africa had a gold coast where they trade gold out of Africa. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't that. It wasn't that these, they made it like this tribe was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, they just, I don't know how they depict them in the movie. You know what I'm saying? They make it look like, these women warriors and stuff like that. But
see, that's another thing, because some people who have seen the movie said that basically the women warriors did represent, but the whole movie is about them killing off other black people in the movie. And it's not really a bunch of colonizers getting killed. It's black people. So it's like these black women are killing these black men, and it's just like, we don't want to see black on black violence like that. So that's another thing people are having gripes about. Now, I don't know that part. I'm not saying that I like it, but I get it. Movies got to have some sort of action and all of that. But the only part I really had trouble with was the fact that the whole slave trade, and they were trying to make it like a fictional story, like that part never happened. But the fighting, I don't care if it's white or black. There's gonna be some fighting in the movie. That's what it's all about.
People gonna get whooped.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm on the fence about it, man. But I may still go and see it. But I'm still on the fence, man. I gotta really put some thought into it and see how I feel. Because if I don't like something, I just don't like it. You know what I mean? So it takes a lot to bring me back around. But yeah, y'all let us know what y'all think in the comments about the Woman King movie. If y'all seen it, let us know. If y'all agree or disagree. Blah blah blah. We'll go from there. All right, so let's move on. So let's talk about Nia Long. You know what I mean? She and her husband, the Celtics coach, Irma Udoka, or as Urban X called him, Ustroka. Woo, that's funny to me, man. Irma Ustroka. But he, cheated on her. Come to find out, that it was with the vice president's wife. You know what I mean? And it's just like, wow. And I think that the dude, the vice president, I think from what I understand, he found out because she was like standing in front of their door and didn't realize she was being heard on the door cam. She was like, damn. And she was talking about giving old boy some sloppy toppy. So it was just like, that's gotta hurt. You're like, yeah, so, I'm gonna come back and never do it again. And he's like, what the fuck am I hearing on my intercom? Bitch, did you just say you sucking somebody else? Get in this house. Get in this house. Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know, man. I mean, I feel bad, but what makes it so bad for Nia Long is that she just, like, within the past 3 to 4 weeks, moved her whole family in with this dude and up and moved to his area just to accommodate him. He was just like, yeah, things is working out for me over here. And she uprooted her whole life within the past 30 days just to move in with him. Ooh. And now this happened. As soon as she moved in, she got moved right back up. Yep. Dang! Because I'd have been like, yeah, we gone. I hope she still got a home somewhere else and not just this one with him. Nia Long gonna be all right. I'm sure she is, but I'm just saying I hope she didn't like sell her house, like I don't need it no more. With him. Yeah. I hope she kept a home somewhere else. Yeah. Because damn if we wouldn't be moving. Shoot, Nia all right. Shit. Look, let me tell you something. Find Nia Long, she gonna find somewhere to stay. Oh yeah. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Yeah. Come on over. You can stay here. Yeah, we will work it out some kind of way. But yeah, I mean, I really just felt bad for her because of that aspect. People get cheated on all the time, but it's like, damn, you just went out of your way thinking that you could trust this guy and find out he, just and that's what vice yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why? Because that's what I'm saying. Nia Long. You got Nia Long. Yeah. You got Nia Long. Yeah, you can have Nia Long all the time, but you still had to cheat. Man. But it goes back to what Dave Chappelle said, too, a long time ago. And Killing Him Softly, he said, powerful men fuck the women that's closest to them. Like when he was talking about Bill Clinton, he said he almost looked out the White House off his door and was like, you, come here. Because he ain't got time to go around town looking for nobody. You here, so you gonna come in here and serve this purpose. And he took that same path and got the vice president's wife.
Dang. Suck my dick is a feature in it. I'll get out there and be somebody. You can write a book.
Shit. Ain't too many stand-up routines that can still go hard to this day like that one, man. That shit went hard as fuck, man. Dave Chappelle has been the GOAT for a long time, man. For a long time. But yeah, man, so but yeah, y'all also let us know what y'all think about that, man. You know what I mean? Because I mean, it's really sad that, you know, I mean, women get cheated on just like men get cheated on. So it's really sad, but it's just like, damn, dude. You convinced this woman to move in and to get a place together.
I mean, Nina
uproot her whole life.
Boy.
Yeah, is she that fine?
But,
like, what is wrong with her? There's nothing wrong with her.
But hey, I mean, but you know, I would say this. I'm not saying this to cape for dude. We don't know how they are behind closed doors. Maybe Neil Lone's like, nah, I'm not doing that. So he's like, oh, I can find somebody who does.
Right.
I'm not saying that's what that is, and I'm not saying that don't excuse what he did. But
yeah, I mean, we don't know 100% about Nia Long behind closed doors. She might be, you know, but still, like you said, she still don't deserve to get cheated on. You know, if you don't like what she offering, then just divorce her and get away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't make her uproot her whole life, and you got all this going on. And I mean, from what I heard, the story is worse than that. You know, it's a lot more going on with it. You know, so I don't know, man. But anyway, I don't want to stay on there too long because it's it's really sad. But have you been keeping up with She-Hulk at all?
Actually, it's funny. I actually before coming over here, I actually watched it. I actually watched what was this, episode 7?
7, yeah. We got 2 more episodes, but it's only 9. We just saw 7, and I mean, what are your thoughts about it so far as the show goes?
I think the show's okay. I don't think it's a lot of people. I think a lot of people expecting this to be like over the top and this, that, and the third. But I will say this, and I won't have no spoilers. So you seen the wedding where they went to the wedding?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I hate to sound like a bitch. I knew that nigga wasn't shit.
I was feeling that too. Like,
I knew that nigga was too shit. Yeah, because as soon as they were texting back and forth and all that, soon as he didn't say nothing, you know what I'm saying? Gone. Yeah. And I'm like, what? But wait a minute, you just. And then what makes it worse is like, okay, wait a minute, you the She-Hulk. So why he get this close to you and leave?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
My thing is, the show is supposed to be all about women's empowerment.
Yeah.
But she's steady just getting ran through. I'm like, why y'all letting her get ran through like this? Because she done had sex with several guys on the show already. And it's just like, what the hell is happening? It's I don't know if you ever watched Jessica Jones, but that was like that too. You ever watched Jessica Jones?
Jessica Jones was, I ain't gonna lie, that one, Jessica Jones was actually pretty. I think I like that one a whole lot better than this, because one thing I can say about it, now it took a little bit to get into it.
Yeah.
Because like the first 4 episodes, really nothing was happening. Yeah. But once you got like past that and saw what was coming together, it was actually great.
Right.
Yeah, that was a good show.
But it was just weird to me, that was another case of, in the beginning, she was just letting herself sleep with any and everybody until, her and old boy got together.
Yeah.
She would meet people in the bars and just all of a sudden they in the bathroom just.
Well, I think a lot of it too is you got to think like people like Jessica Jones and She-Hulk, they're now powerful women.
Right.
So I think what it is especially like, being a man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I'm not saying all men think like this, but I'm just saying like, okay, these are powerful women. It'd be kind of crazy to see what that's like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I like to be scooped up sometimes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like get scooped.
Your ass over here, Howie.
Yeah, the Hulk scooped my ass. I mean, She-Hulk.
I ain't gonna lie. If we was living in a day where we really had super enhanced human beings, Yeah, some of them females, I'll be like, yeah, I need to know what that's all
Yeah,
about.
you know what I'm saying? I need
to know what the grip is.
Yeah, I know, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what happened to you? Like, yo, I got the scoop, nigga. I got the scoop.
Right.
You talking about the story? Nah, you talking about the ice tree? Nah, I got the scoop.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, she came up, you know what I'm saying? She said, got the scoop.
Yeah, man. I got scooped up.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy too? That episode, you talk about women empowerment. Guess who was like calm, calculated, and was actually getting them to express their feelings? The men in that episode.
Oh yeah, because in the therapy, yeah, and I thought that was kind of funny too. Like it's the opposite. You know, the men are trying to help you.
Yeah.
You know, get to your emotionals, and the women are like, nah, you do it. You know what I mean? Her friend is all about, you know, just find your kind.
But you know,
Tinder and all of that shit.
But you know what's funny? Couple of years, if you go 20 years back, it was the reverse of what's going on. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of like the reverse. If you really pay attention, I mean, it's like this whole gender assignment and all this other stuff. Yeah, it's like I think I made a comment back on this, like with like Hulu, and it was just little subtle shit, like little commercials. Hulu had a man cooking dishes. Like cooking. Nothing wrong with that. It was then on this other commercial had a woman building tables.
Okay.
She had a little cute little pink hammer. It's like, oh, I'm gonna have this and I'm gonna okay. But my thing of it is like, okay, and listen, there's nothing wrong with them doing that. If that's what they enjoy, they actually get pleasure out of it. There's nothing wrong with, you know, a man cooking. There's nothing wrong with a woman building things.
Right.
This is the problem. They're putting those images out to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it's, you know, women need to build and build buildings and you know what I'm saying? Like not necessarily build, but what I'm saying is this that you know it's it's more feminine for a woman to be building and masculine for a man to be cooking. And I mean I don't know if I'm saying that right because somebody's gonna be like, man, Howard, that's kind of fucked up. But what I am saying is like this whole gender or something. Cause now you got like stay-at-home dads, you know what I'm saying? They got the, you know what I'm saying, carrying their baby on the little
them Bjorn.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, that was reversed 20 years ago. That's what I'm saying. It's so, you know, especially, you know, you born in the 70s, I was born in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? And I think, and even going back to like academics and all this stuff, I think this is why we kind of, you know, we're not seeing things a certain way because I think we remember a world where all this stuff that was happening was just the opposite. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think that's what I'm getting at. We remember a world where, okay, you know, the man worked, you know what I'm saying? A woman might have a job, but she might have like a little part-time job, like waiting tables, or she was, you know, it wasn't, and I'm not saying we should go back to that. I don't want no woman feeling like, are you saying that a woman can't run a business? Like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, in that world, it was different. You know, the man was the head of the household. The woman she didn't have to work. Or if she did work, she did little work. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, she took care of the kids. That's what it was. But now everything's kind of reversed. It's like the dads, not all of them, obviously, but you have men that like take care of the kids and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of addressed in Kevin Hart's that movie. I forgot that movie with him, and I just talked about it not too long ago. It was Kevin Hart and Zuckerberg. Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg, not Zuckerberg.
Yeah, not Zuckerberg.
Yeah, Zuckerberg.
I don't think Zuckerberg and movies, but
that movie is it was kind of displaying like, you know, I'm a stay-at-home dad, I'm doing this and that. But yeah, I think it's just like I was saying, this world that's you know, that they're trying to make now, where everything is kind of reversed. I think that's why we have the discords and the misunderstandings that we have now, because the people remember when the world was a certain way. Now we can't. We're not really familiar. We're not really too familiar with this new world,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, man. But it's just I like the show She-Hulk, but I do think they have been kind of slow walking us to it. I feel like it's gonna lead into something bigger, like like they're gonna maybe go to the whole World War Hulk thing, like they did in the comics. I feel like we're leading into that kind of stuff, but it's like y'all just doing it at such a slow crawl. It's just like, oh my god.
Yeah, I think this whole thing is gonna be filler.
Yeah,
and I mean that's all right.
But yeah, I mean, so I do like it, but I just, sometimes I just wish they would kind of get to the point a little bit quicker. But speaking of Marvel, we got blessed with a new commercial this week from your boy from Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, he put it out there that not only are they making Deadpool 3, which we pretty much knew they were, but they were kind of holding off to make it for the MCU instead of the old Fox version. But we're going to get Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine. Yes, sir. Man. Oh, man. That made my day.
Listen, Bob.
When he said, right. But when he said, hey, Hugh, you want to play Wolverine one more time? My man was like, sure. And I was like, oh, this shit, I damn near went crazy. Because this has been a rough week, like I said, dealing with work and these customers and whatnot. So when I heard that, I was like, man, that was such perfect timing.
Yeah, that kind of owed the movie together anyway, because the last one was shit. The Origins of Wolverine.
Yeah,
because he was technically Deadpool.
Right.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds was technically Deadpool in that one, but he wasn't called Deadpool.
Right.
Yeah. Matter of fact, it's kind of, because in the first Deadpool, they kind of made
right. He went back in time and all that.
Yeah, they made fun of that, and then he made fun of the whole what was it? When he was the Green Lantern joint.
Oh, yeah. That's what I like about Deadpool.
Man.
The dark humor in Deadpool is so on point, man. So I feel like the MCU is gonna do a good job with that. You know what I mean? I think they'll do a good job with it. So yeah, but yeah, it's definitely long overdue. I hate that we got to wait a couple more years because it's not coming out until September of 2024.
Yeah,
but still, it was good news to hear, and I'm sure they're gonna bring Colossus back because he was in Deadpool. You know what I mean? I'm sure they'll bring some of the other characters back, like Cable.
Never saw. Was it nigga Sonic? Hypersonic T-Day.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a long ass.
Right.
It's like Tribe Called Quest. You gotta say the whole thing, nigga.
Exactly.
Nigga Sonic. God damn.
I don't even want to say it wrong, so I'm not even gonna touch it. But yeah, so Deadpool has always been one of my favorites just because of the darkness and the humor. Being able to just not hold back. You know what I mean? I felt like you get a lot of these superhero movies that just hold back, where you're like, I want some real action, but when you start getting that dark stuff like The Punisher and Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and stuff like this.
Wolverine can be dark too.
Right, and that's what I like about it. Yeah. That's why I think it's gonna do that, because that last Logan movie,
that was great.
They did not pull out any stops on that.
Yeah, that was great.
I mean, you had all the blood and all of that, all the carnage. I mean, it was just like, this is Wolverine at his finest. So we were kind of owed that, like you said, after that Origins Wolverine movie.
Okay, so this is the thing. Now, if they do this, because technically Wolverine is dead, how are they going to bring him back?
Well, they haven't said, but they did do a parody about that. I don't know if you saw it. Ryan Reynolds released another video the next day.
I didn't see the other
video. And it was him and Hugh Jackman sitting there. And it was like, we know you got questions, like, how is Wolverine still alive? How's he going to be in this movie? So we're going to explain it right now. So this is how it's going to happen. And right as he went to talk, you start hearing music play over top of them, so you can't really hear it. So you just see them like, and Hugh Jackman's like, yeah. So they're like, wake me up before you go. They're playing that song over it. So, but what I do know, they can still make it happen, because if you go back to Logan, it actually took place in the future. Okay. Logan took place in 2029. Okay, so they can have a story arc that just happens before that. Because if you remember in Logan, like Professor X, did you actually see Logan?
Yeah, I saw.
Okay, remember Professor X was talking about there was some big event in the past few years that where he actually killed off a bunch of mutants on accident. You know what I mean? So they could kind of explore that. You know, go back to that story arc, because I don't think we ever actually saw that in any of the X-Men movies. I kind of gave up on them X-Men movies once they started introducing them new characters. I was just like, I'm not. It's not working for me.
Well, I like let's see, which one you talking about? Because I did like First Class wasn't bad.
Was pretty good. It was,
I actually liked
the last couple, like the Dark Phoenix and I think it was the Dark Phoenix and the one that came right before that. What the hell was it?
There was one to see.
Days of Future Past, I think. No, not that one.
Days of Future Past was the one where my man, the short dude, played what's the guy that had the little mutant task force, but he was actually being a congressman.
Right.
But that one was good.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I like that one.
It was the one that came after that. What came after that? X-Men, something like maybe X-Men United or some shit. But it was like right after that is when it just went downhill.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
It was something like that. I don't remember the exact name, but it was that one, and then they made a Dark Phoenix one right around the time that Logan came out.
Yeah.
But both of those to me were trash.
Great.
So yeah, but I'm just excited for this Deadpool because I love Deadpool. Even if he didn't have Wolverine, I still wanted another Deadpool.
Oh yeah, facts.
Those movies are just too good, man. The humor in them is just so on point for me. So yeah, we're excited about that. But let's go ahead and move on. Let's talk about Lamar Whitehead.
God
Bishop Lamar Whitehead. Y'all might have seen a couple weeks ago, he had an incident where a lady came up in his church and she wasn't really a member, but she was trying to film, and I guess she was working on some sort of side project about churches in the area. And I don't think she really meant too much on harm, but he didn't like it, and he found out what she was doing. So he was just like, why don't you come up here? You want to be on camera so bad. Come up to the stage. And she eventually started walking up toward the front. So I don't know if she was walking up to the front to leave or if she was walking up to the front to kind of confront him. But when she walked up to the front, he's on the stage and she kind of walks past him and he grabs her by the neck and just kind of shoves her to keep her going. Like, yeah, get out of here. Get her out of here. And so according to him, he said she was about to attack his wife. So he jumped on her for that, which I don't believe. I don't believe that shit. That needs a boo. Do we have a boo over there we can give him?
Oh, yeah, we got a boo.
So the irony of it, though, both of them got taken to the police precinct, and she got charged, and he got charged, but then his charges got dropped, and hers did not. She got charged with something like disturbing the peace or disturbing the church event, which I don't even see how. He was the one that kind of made a scene about it, you know what I mean? And then he played the victim, talking about she was coming to attack my wife. I had to do something. But you ain't doing nothing when them niggas ran up in your church the month before. I was like, give me the money. He was like, all right, take it. Take it. Exactly. So yeah. I mean, I think that was some clown behavior on his part, man. I really do, man. I think he was absolutely wrong for grabbing her like that. I mean, I don't think that woman was going to attack his wife. You know what I mean? She was walking past you and you just got mad and took that moment to make a spectacle out of her. And so I just think it's sad that she got charges and he don't.
Yeah, I mean, especially to me, because what it sounds like, if she's in the back videotaping. Now I can understand if he went up and said, "Hey, look, I don't appreciate you videotaping," or
right?
I can understand that.
Yeah,
because that's his house. Yeah, that's his house. He could do that. You know what I'm saying? But if she in the back and she videotaping and she's not really she's not causing a scene, she's not bothering nobody. Yeah, why would you try to address? You know what I'm saying? Why you made this scene?
Exactly.
You must got some insecurities about yourself, sir.
Yeah, he definitely got to. He got to have some. I mean, and that looks bad on you. You know, you're supposed to be the leader of this church, and you immediately go to putting your hands on somebody.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I mean? So it don't look good, man. That's but that's what happened at the church of Ike Turner. So
damn.
He said, "Eat the cake, but eat the cake."
Eat the cake, ain't it amazing?
But yeah. So anyway, y'all let us know what y'all think about that, because I think that's a really ironic. It's funny, it's ironic, but it's sad all at the same time. So because you said you didn't see that video.
Yeah, I didn't get the chance to see the video.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But who has come to his defense in the past? Ja Rule.
Wow.
Yeah, because he's such a rich pastor. He's got a lot of money. He got a lot of friends in high places, and I think that's how he got off on those charges at the police precinct, because there was no proof that he did not or did do it. Just a video, and I'm like, they got a video with you grabbing this woman by her neck and shoving her, but yet you still got off on your charges, and she got charged for disturbing the peace, even though we didn't even see her do any disturbance. So it's like, you got to have some friends in high places. So, but like right before the robbery, a lot of people were talking junk about him, about he was being so flashy and driving around town in these really expensive cars and wearing a lot of gold. And so, Ja Rule was hanging out with him, and they was on camera, and Ja was like, "Yeah, leave my man, Pastor Whitehead alone, or Bishop Whitehead alone. He's a good guy, blah blah blah." And I'm like, now, how's that looking, Ja Rule? Because this dude ain't got the best reputation.
It's not fraud. It's it's false advertising.
Yeah.
Nigga, that's fraud.
Nigga, that's fraud. So yeah, it's that whole thing is just funny to me, man. But yeah, I just thought that was funny. We can move on. Drink Champs. They had your man Kevin Hart on there. I thought it was pretty good. I didn't get to see the whole thing, but I like Kevin Hart. I don't think he really talked on the Tiffany Haddix thing too much, but I did miss some of it, so I'm gonna have to go back and finish watching it. But I hope that if he is smart, I hope he'll try to support her, because I don't think she's a bad person. You know what I mean? Now, Aries Spears, he's a little bit in deeper to me, because you did a lot more what's the word I'm looking for? Inappropriate stuff. You got in a tub with this little boy, you got this little boy putting lotion on you, and y'all both half naked. You know what I mean? Tiffany didn't do nothing like that. She was wrong because she still participated, but it wasn't quite as bad as what Aries did. Because one of y'all should have said, "Hey, this is wrong." But either way, I think somebody like Kevin Hart should still support her and just say, "Hey, we're not going to just cancel her." You know what I mean? I don't think you should cancel her. So that's at least my thoughts. But Kevin Hart was on Drink Champs, like I said, and it's a pretty good interview. He had a lot of good laughs, because he's a natural comedian by heart. So it's like with him, you can't really have a conversation without it going into comedy. He's going to do something to make you laugh. So that was dope about that episode. And I recommend y'all go check it out. You said you haven't seen that either.
No, I haven't seen what. So what did they talk about?
Mostly, they delved into his background, growing up, and him and his brother. His brother was actually there with him.
Okay.
He got an older brother. They look a lot alike. He looked just like his mom's too.
Yeah.
But I think the mom's has passed on, I believe.
Yeah, I think she passed before he blew up.
They talked about him, his family, how he got started in comedy, versus where he is now. I think they talked about the interview he did with Jay-Z, all kinds of stuff, man. So it was a good one. It was a lot of good stuff, and of course, he has his own
network. Yeah, the Laugh Out Loud.
No, his own like alcohol.
I didn't know. I really did not know that.
So I think he was trying to promote that as well. So. But anyway, I don't want to talk too much about that. Just wanted to bring it up because it was pretty good from what I saw. I think the whole thing was like 2.5 hours, and I saw maybe an hour of it. So. But go check it out and support it. Drink Champs is a good show. They get really good people on there, and they do a good job, with what they do. Anyway, let's move on. We got a couple things we want to talk about before we wrap it up. So You did the story. You did the Lost and Daughter about academics and his whole situation. Did you want to talk any more about that?
I think we covered that.
Kind of covered that.
Yeah, we kind of really covered that. I mean, what more? I mean,
yeah, I mean, you're right. I just wanted to make sure I didn't want to gloss over it in case you still had.
I will say this though. I don't know if you remember, but I think DJ Academics was really trying to get in on the backpacker side before he
became. Yeah, I do remember.
That's the one thing I don't understand.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Like, so why would you go to slight the people, the very people that you were really trying to go in on? Because I remember back like in, because at that time, like in the early 2000s. The South was taking over, but you still had like a little pockets of like, independent. Well, what I'm saying, that underground type mix. Like you had other underground artists and things like that, like Afro Ra and I'm trying to think who else. Afro Ra, not academics, Acrobat, like Acrobat, like them cats.
Yeah.
And like he was kind of like in the where they was.
Yeah, and what I think it is, and this is my opinion, but I think that now that academics has made a good chunk of change, I think it's going to his head, and I think he really feels like this is what makes me so important to the culture. Now I'm a millionaire. I've gotten a couple $1 million, and everybody watches my show, and people just love what I do, and I don't hold my tongue and, I say whatever the fuck I want. I think that's what makes him feel like if you're not on my level, you're not flashing money and you ain't got this status where the people pay attention to you, then you're dusty. And because he talked about, the old heads, they just want you to bow down to them. Ain't no old head ever asked you to bow down to nobody. You know what I mean?
Except Ice Cube.
Specifically did say that.
In West Side,
I'll give you that.
In West Side Connection, yeah.
I'll give you that. So yeah, he might have been talking about Ice Cube. Ice Cube is like an old homeless man now. When the pandemic happened, Ice Cube was doing his little videos.
Look,
like, you better shave that shit, man. Trim that shit out, bro.
You better leave him alone, guys.
Right. But
leave him alone.
But anyway, but we can move on. Before we run, wanted to just tell y'all about how we enjoyed the concert that we went to.
Oh yeah,
we saw Nas and Wu-Tang up in the building. You know what I mean? Really good, man. Really good. All right.
All right, hold on. All right. Settle down.
We got a pretty big studio here. Sorry about that, y'all. Yeah. The audience loves us. But anyway, it was a really good show. We did not get to see Busta Rhymes. I was kind of disappointed because they keep saying that he's officially a part of the tour, but he wasn't at our stop.
I think he actually went, because I think they went to Charlotte the next day. I think he was part of that set.
Yeah, which is dope, you know what I mean? And also, I heard that after our show, Method Man joined the tour. I'm like, son of a nigga! And on top of that, there's one clip where they said on one of the shows, Method Man brought out Redman.
No!
I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
No!
All of that. We didn't get Busta, we didn't get Meth, we didn't get Red.
Raleigh fucking up!
Right. And we had a dope audience, man. It was a really good show. They opened with DJ Scratch. He set the show off. He did a lot of his turntable stuff. He played some old school classics just to kind of get the crowd hype. And he did his mixing set. And then he just kind of introduced the Wu. And they came out and did their thing one by one. RZA came out and started introducing them one by one. Jizza came out, did Liquid Swords. And
MC Chain, bring out the name.
And 2 4 some hats, no cocaine. Man, listen, it was dope, man. Ray, Ghost, Capadonna was there. You God, Inspector Deck. I mean, they put on a good show, and then of course you had Nas, man. And Nas put on an excellent show for me, man. I mean, he held his own because you would think this one guy trying to hold up a show against this 10-man group. You know, and Nas came out and represented. You know what I mean? Speaking of representing, he did represent.
Yeah,
he did the song represent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He did that. He did all my favorites. You know what I mean? So yeah, he
did some stuff off the new joint. He did
the new joint. Yeah.
Yeah, he did Rare Form.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a lot of stuff.
He did a lot of stuff, man. He did what's my joint? The New York State of Mind. He did that.
Yeah, he did that.
Because I mean that's what the tour is called, so you got to do that.
Yeah, that's just a staple. And then did Bravehearts.
Yeah, the Bravehearts.
He did Bravehearts.
Yeah. So he did the thing, man. It was a great show, and and he did the end of the show. He did one mic. So yeah, that was dope.
Would have been great, man. I ain't gonna lie. If they did, what's that song that he did with AZ?
Was it More Money, More Money?
Yeah, More Money, More Money. Yo, if he came out there with AZ, get that shit. Man. Yo, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
But I mean, it was still a dope show. You know what I mean? We was able to enjoy it. You know, great venue. You know, the weather ended up being good.
And the bitches.
The women. They was out there, man. It was a lot of women fans that I didn't expect. You know, I thought it was going to be mostly a masculine fest, but it was a lot of women there who just love Wu-Tang, and I'm talking about young and old.
Yeah,
I was like,
I remember we was in the line. We was talking about the young couples. Like, yeah, man. Yeah, it was like, yeah, we kind of came to see Method Man. It's like Method Man. Right. Get the fuck out of here. We can't even see Ghost and Ray.
Right.
That's it, man.
They was disappointed because we told him, like, hey, actually, Meth ain't going to be here. He was like, what? But yeah, you can tell they was young. Yeah, they was wet behind the ears and all that. Yeah. So they was cool as hell, though. But,
yeah, they were cool.
But yeah, they didn't really know much about Wu-Tang in general. They just wanted Method Man. And it was just like, damn, the main guy y'all came to see ain't even here.
One of the things I will point out, too, in the thing, like, when we was doing when we was at the concert, Nas's mic cut out.
Yeah.
And one thing I know it sounds so cliche to say this, but I really enjoyed the showmanship that Nas put out. He just smiled. He just kept going. You know what I'm saying? He didn't go like, oh, damn, we fucked up. Yeah, man. But he actually smiled, kept going. It's like, man, that's just showmanship.
It is.
That's just showmanship.
It really is.
That is, because you really don't, it's really kind of hard to, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, now, people get, messed up and get tired and get,
right.
But, it was really good to see that showmanship.
And I didn't even get to tell you this, though. After that happened, when we got back, there's another video surfacing around from another show that they did, like maybe 2 or 3 days before ours.
Yeah.
And the same thing happened and I was there.
Dang.
His mic cut out and he just had to kind of keep rocking and he got somebody to give him another mic and he just kept going. Showmanship.
Yeah, man.
And I was like, yo, somebody trying to sabotage my man. You know what I mean? For this to happen to Nas multiple times, something ain't right. You know what I mean? Somebody need to get to that sound man. You know what I mean? Find out what's going on. So
somebody need to get fired.
But yeah, it was the exact same scenario. He was rapping and the mic just went out. I was like, ain't this about a bitch?
But yeah, Nas, man, he held it down, man. It was good to see him do that shit, verbal intercourse with that was that shit was crazy.
They opened up with that. That's how they brought Nas out because it was Wu-Tang first and then they went into verbal intercourse and Nas came out. I was like, yo, it was such a good show, man. I was definitely not disappointed. Like I said, we didn't get Busta or Meth, but it was still definitely worth the money. You know what I mean? Because just to see those two juggernauts, Wu-Tang and Nas in the same venue, come on, man.
That was great.
You can't beat that, man. So
and after the show ended, me and Curtis having a conversation. We walking back to the car. And we were just talking. I was like, "Yeah, man." I said, "This is," and it's kind of funny because there was a young, I guess he probably our age, a little older, and he had his kids with him, and so we was walking, and I guess he was kind of overhearing us, and I said, seeing Nas, is really the closest thing I'm gonna get to see like Tupac and Big.
Right.
When I said that, he jumped right in. Yeah, man, that's what I was trying to tell my kids.
Yeah.
And yo, that was crazy, man. That was just like crazy, like you know what I'm saying? That
this was an older white guy.
Yeah,
had his 2 kids walking with him, and I'm glad that his young kids can appreciate music like this. But the fact that he jumped on that and he was like, "Yep, I've been trying to tell my kids that." That made me feel good. I'm like, we got some real fans.
Yeah,
man. What I mean? So, yeah. But it was a great concert, man. And, of course, we uploaded. Now, did you still have your video from it? Because we had to try to.
I got video, but I ran out of space, so I might have accidentally deleted some shit. Okay. Man, I'm mad.
How was the quality of yours? Because I know mine was terrible, man. Mine
terrible, Kenny. Terrible.
Mine was bad. I got an Android, and Androids are known to not have the best cameras, and especially when it was nighttime, so it got dark, and I was like, shit, man. I really wanted to be able to upload some stuff, but it was just bad. It was just blurry. So anyway, man, but yeah, we enjoyed it, man, and I'm sure we'll do stuff like that in the future. But yeah, if y'all get a chance, anytime if they come to your city near you, man, jump on that, man. Jump on that, because that's a dope concert right there.
Oh, that's another thing too. Shout out my one dude. He was gonna give me pictures. He gave me like some tickets like the KRS. Well, not give, but he was like, "Yo, man, KRS-One's having a show." This dude, he the dude I went to see Third Eye Blind.
Okay.
And they was Third Eye Blind was actually happy to see me.
Oh wow.
That I was them because I probably was the only that showed up in there.
They're like,
it's like, oh man, we got that, we got this, we get that demographic.
Basically, high five me.
Yo,
we gonna get at least one.
We gonna get one nigga up in there. But I think I got that autograph somewhere. Okay,
that's
it was crazy, man. But what I was saying, like the dude was like, yeah, man, KRS-One's coming. And he's coming over here. I couldn't go, man, because I was just swamped in schoolwork. I was like, I was like, look, listen, you have not lived until you go to a KRS-One show.
Yeah, he puts on a hell of a show.
You have not lived.
That's one thing I give it to him. Nobody can really rock a crowd like Chris, man. Nobody. I mean,
that reminds me. I was digging through the garage, and I didn't mean to cut you off. Digging through the garage, and the first concert I actually went to, like my sister, rest in peace. I found I don't know if you remember back in the day, it's 102 Jams had Super Jams.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I found Super Jam 3, 1999, like tickets.
Wow.
Yo.
Okay, yeah.
I took a picture. I meant to upload that, but that was crazy. That's when they had Busta Rhymes.
Mm-hmm.
Busta Rhymes closed the show, but Slick Rick was there.
Yeah.
Yo, dude.
Yeah.
Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh. When they did Children's Story,
man.
Yo,
I bet the
whole stadium was just like
losing it.
I'm telling you, man. That's why fuck academics, man.
Right.
You don't understand, man. Like that energy, you might have the money,
right?
You might have all that stuff, but that energy you will never have.
Never.
You will never have that.
Yep.
You will never have that.
Exactly. And you're not even
matter of fact, even the Woo, when we was at the Woo, when they told us to have the light, the cell phones up.
Yeah.
The whole crowd when they did the Simple Days joint, a whole sea of motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Shit was crazy.
Exactly.
You would never have that. Whoa, man, had all that power. You would never have that.
Exactly.
Never.
So, it's sad.
I won't either, but still.
But it's sad that academics don't even get it, man. He just don't even get it. But anyway, man, like I said, on a good note, we enjoyed that show, and we were glad to have had the experience because no telling when they're gonna come back through again. You know what I mean? Yeah. But the older I get, the more importance I see of seeing these types of shows.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
So, no doubt. But anyway, man, I think that's pretty much it for today, man. Do you have anything else you want to drop before we wrap it up?
That's it. Let's eat.
All All right, man. We appreciate
Black ass
y'all.
hungry.
This has been episode 221.
221.
This is your man Kurt, and this is
Howie.
And we'll see y'all on the next one. All right.
Peace.